I wanted to get everyone together on the first day to welcome you to the White House. From our vantage point yesterday, you couldn't help but be inspired by the sight of Americans as far as the eye could see. They were there because they believe this is a moment of great change in America, a time for reinvigorating our democracy and remaking our country. However long we are keepers of the public trust, we should never forget that we are here as public servants, and public service is a privilege. Public service is simply and absolutely about advancing the interests of Americans.
I remember my wife and I heading up to the residence on the first day that they were in White House and riding up with an elevator operator. He's an African-American guy who had worked in the White House for 40 years at that time. And I said, so how did it feel during this whole process where an African-American was on his way to be elected President of the United States? And he said, at no time during the entire campaign did I ever think he was going to win. He said that is how improbable it all felt to a man my age.
No one thought we would live to see this day. But what did that day signify? That was the question. How much had America changed because it had finally gotten rid of this hereditary barrier to occupancy of the White House, that is race?
During the Obama candidacy, there was a word that was in vogue. There were a lot of people of influence, talking about the notion that America might be entering a post-racial status. Post-racial is an interesting word. You know, it was a new word. It was not part of the American vernacular. It's interesting why we as a society embraced that word. Was it hope that maybe race would be less important? Was it hubris? Were we deluded?
I think that when you study history, every time we made a step forward, there was always a backlash. We go from Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation into Reconstruction, Ku Klux Klan, White Citizens Council, backlash, Supreme Court decisions, backlash. Turn of the century and the ACP is formed, backlash, lynchings, all the way up through the Civil Rights Movement. It was naive for us to think there wouldn't be a backlash to the first black president.